Hey, poetic people, this is Wanda. Welcome to the first iteration of Friday Night Mike's, a virtual poetry experience. We thank you for participating, for tuning in and chiming in to something that has been a dream for a while, and God is calling it forth in challenging times like this when we know that people are in need of a word of healing and a word of hope through the poetic medium that we love so dearly. So sit back and relax and enjoy some of the finest poets in the kingdom. We want to continue to do this Friday Nite virtual poetic experience for as long as God says and as long as God allows. This is falling under the umbrella of the Slam Poet Society, which has been a dream for a long time, probably since the days when spoken word sacred slam was first birthed. And so let's go.
Hello, everyone. Do you know what time it is? It's spoken word time. Slam Poetry Society presents Friday Night Mike. Yeah, each Friday at 8 o'clock, we will come to you virtually online in a non-traditional way with poets, male, female, youth, bringing you nice, clean Christian poetry. So sit back wherever you are in the midst of it all. We thank God that we can come to you with some hot poetry from all around the country. We thank you, and it doesn't stop there. If you want to be in this lineup, you want to get into spoken word, you want to get into hot mic, want to be one of the poets, then hit us up. Hit us up, and we will make sure you get on the lineup. It's spoken word time, y'all. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn. Hope you're blessed. Amen.
I could die today. I'm just not in the mood. The prognosis may be in, the possibilities may be slim, the outlook may be grim, but deep down within, I don't have the appetite for death. In fact, I can't even taste it when it's served. It sickens me just as much as God quickens me to kick out of this womb and make room for what's next. I'm too hot to get cold, too alive to grow mold, too bold to allow old thoughts to rob me of new vision. Last I checked, I'm still his, and if he's not through, then neither am I. His text will not be deleted, but repeated in every cell of my being. God knows the plans. Weapons won't prosper, though tongues wag. Mountains gotta move, and I can't lag in God's timing. Can't sit around nickel and diming. No time for hesitation, because God's will has a destination. I have an appointment with life, and God is already there waiting on me. I could die today, but I'm just not in the mood. I don't feel like crying or whining or complaining because this thing called life is all God's ordaining. It's too full of opportunity and adventure to waste. See, I have no appetite for lukewarm coasting. I prefer my life abundant with a side order of boasting on the goodness of God. So I'll have a platter of fruitfulness, please, and a chaser of goodness and mercy all the days of my life. No more problems without ideas and solutions. Pity parties are a violation of my strong constitution. Hate does not agree with me. Love is the multivitamin that supplements my daily intake of peace. This is not the diet of a dead woman. I could die today, but I choose life. If it means surgery, I gladly go under the knife and allow the sword with two edges to cut out the unnecessary so that the essential can breathe free. I could die today, but you see, I'm just not in the mood. All this is working for the good of the called. Even my pain has to bow to the name of the Lord. The provider is still providing, and I'm abiding in connection with the source of everything that is perfect and good. So speak of death if you will. But if that's the conversation, I got somewhere else I need to be. I have a future with hope that is screaming louder than the whispers of the enemy, shining brighter than the clouds. The sun in me is too bright to lurk in the valley of the shadow of death. And when the time comes to take my absence, God's presence will be enough. Grace is just that tough, more powerful than tears, more lasting than years, more hopeful than tears. I could die today. I'm just not in the mood.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Smalls, and I am excited to participate in this evening of poetry. I am about to share with you some thoughts that I jotted down, and hopefully my children will not be running through here interrupting this brief performance. So God bless you as we all go through this season of COVID-19. If I ever get to hold your hand again, I'll never let it go. If I ever get to knock on your door again without gloves, I do so, coming to your house to love's welcome embrace. If I ever get to preach to you without a camera, I'll cherish the look in your eyes, the opportunity to see you face to face, to receive that give me more look, the puzzled look, the say it again look, the hurry up and sit down look, the where do I sign up look. If I ever get to marry a couple again, I'll gladly stand in between them so that nothing gets in between them and love's journey will unfold with every I do. If I ever get to the border again, I'll forever demand order for your son and daughter who just want some shelter and no more of this helter-skelter stuff. No more of running from oppression and suppression because they found shelter. If I ever get to advocate for you again, I'll abdicate my own fear of infection and offer the world a new reflection sensitive to your own journey and mine. If I ever get to visit you in the sick ward again, I'll never leave until you are sure that the discord is gone. If I ever get to sing to you again without wearing a mask, having no need to ask for you to change the key because you'd hear it yourself and make your own adjustment because, well, we're close like that. If I ever get to stand for you while you sit down, then this crown virus will meet love's power and be dethroned. For some things like love, there is no quarantine. If I ever get to read you a sonnet from Shakespeare again without a mask, I'll always ask for moments on the stage to upstage this English poet for you. If I ever get to conference with you again, sing with you again, struggle with you again, fight with you again, eat with you again, I do it forever. I swear, I promise. If I ever get to hold your hand again, I'm never letting go.
There comes a time in your life when you have to realize that moving forward is the only option there is. There comes a time in your life when you recognize that true friendship starts with the friendship you have in yourself before you can even give it to others. There comes a time in your life when the person staring back at you in the mirror must be true to herself. There comes a time in your life when you have to stop playing games and start living the life that God desires for you. There comes a time in your life when you have to cut your losses and start all over again. There comes a time in your life when you must make a decision to leave some folks behind that just can't go. There comes a time in your life when you have to admit that your way was the wrong way and God's way is the only way. There comes a time in your life when you must agree that your mother was right about most things. There comes a time in your life when what other people think of you just doesn't seem to matter as much. There comes a time in your life when you have to say, I'm sorry, and really mean it. There comes a time in your life when you can no longer make excuses for your foolish behavior. There comes a time in your life when reality is just not as important as your spirituality. And there comes a time in your life when each day is a gift and a blessing from God and you acknowledge Him for being the giver of every good and perfect gift. There comes a time in your life when you really know that there may not always be so much time left in your life. So you have to decide that this day is all that I have and I'm going to do my best to walk, live, love, and serve in His image and His likeness. There comes a time in your life when you will stand still and you will have to give account for what you did with all that time, and time won't seem so eternal. What time is it for you, for you, for you, for you? Peace.
Hope is on the horizon. Hope is on the horizon, even though some may never see it. We better open our eyes and remove the scales that we might conceive, believe, and achieve it. See the colors turn from black and gray to colors rich in hue. The reds, the oranges, the yellows, the greens, the purples, the blues. Hope is on the horizon, even though some may never hear it. I think us well to unclog our ears and listen to the rhythm of it. The upbeats and the downbeats, the hi-hats and the cymbals, the sultry tambourine and harp, our voices triumphant and nimble. Hope is on the horizon, even though some may never feel it. As a society living on the edge of destruction, I'm praying that God's touch can reveal it. Reveal the problems of injustice, corruption, and hate, something that we feel much too often, and put in its place a culture of love instead of placing each other in coffins. Hope is on the horizon. Some of us can't even smell it. The smell of victory in all its splendor. The aroma of hope, non-repugnant. Filling the air with its sweet fragrance and stench, making others cool with compassion. There's even a hint of kindness and faith. Smells that generate a positive reaction. Hope is on the horizon. And I believe some of us are tasting it. Tasting and seeing the Lord bring us together as we slowly but hopefully consume our current situation. We see our brothers and sisters serving the masses, pastors and leaders confide, abiding in the love of this present moment, using God's will to keep hope alive. Hope is on the horizon, and I pray personally that it stays. Because when we see hope in ourselves and each other, it causes us to change.
Hey y'all, hope everything is going well. You getting real teacher vibes right now. I've had conference calls all day with my students. But yeah, this is called I Can't Believe You're Gone. I couldn't avoid the oncoming traffic. It was like it all happened really fast and in slow motion at the same time. The oncoming truck rear-ending me, the spinning of the car. I braced myself for the impact and still felt like I couldn't move. Next thing I know, there's an ambulance there. Police are everywhere asking me, am I okay? This white woman is yelling at me, telling me to stay with her, as though somehow that's going to make this any better. I get to the hospital in the trauma bay. They don't know that there's still currently life in my body when I get there. They're getting ready to take x-rays. This is one of the worst events that I have ever experienced in my life. But of all that happened during that tragic accident, I can't believe I lost my pants. I lost my pants. I had to let them go. See, in the trauma bay, they cut out your clothes, and I was okay. When they said that they were taking off the cape, it was one of the cheap ones anyway. I was all right. When they took my shirt and even my other undergarments, because I was raised in the South, so my stuff was clean. But when they cut off my pants, I didn't understand. How am I supposed to go on without those pants? See, those pants came to me from like a mixture of, if there was a priestess, an auntie, a conderia, and a high woman from an African ancestral realm that kind of just appeared in a pop-up shop, said these pants are for you, and you never saw her again. These were those pants. She has no card, so it's not like I can get them again. They were $25, but she gave them for me for $5. She looked at me in the most black woman way and said, baby, I really feel like these pants are for you. And what she said was true. I mean, y'all, these black pants held me down and held me up. These black pants went with me to interviews and scholarship meetings and opportunities and poetry and preaching. These pants, I could dress them down and dress them up. These pants have carried me from the highest of places to the lowest. These pants have been with me through every monumental move in my life. What am I supposed to do now? Rely on my own skill and wit? These pants have been accompanying me everywhere I go. These pants are magic. And because they came from the magic woman, who no one knows where she is, where she came from, really what she looked like, and kind of just appeared like something out of a storybook, I have to figure out a way to go on now. And I learned that cars are replaceable. But my pants not so much. And yes, I have 11 other black pair, but none can compare. None did, none do what those pants did for me. I'm gonna miss them. And even though I don't want it to be so, they cut them up so badly, I couldn't even make a head wrap, so I have to let them go. Rest in peace to my favorite black pants.
Hello, my name is Sharon Milton. I want to share a spoken word with you. It's called I Had to Make a Choice. I used to date this guy. For him, I was head over heels. The way he touched me, caressed me, loved the way he made me feel. He had other girls, for this he was known. But I didn't care, because for me, I was grown. Occasionally, he would buy me a card or a bear, so my fleshly desire for him was to always be near. No other guy never caught my eyes, but what I didn't know, he would be my demise. Some had tried, but never succeed, because he was the one I wanted to need. His charms, his looks, had me willing to retreat, but I was still empty. I just didn't feel complete. Then came this new guy sending me daily bread, but the ex had me all messed up in my head. I tried to eat from daily bread of his daily devotions, but the desire for the ex had me changing formation. He was my love, my heart. It could never be deeper. Little did I know I was dating the Grim Reaper. This new guy was so persistent, said his name was JC. Had no lines, just giving me his word. Had me feeling different from the things that I had heard. The ex had a hold on me, seemed I couldn't let him go. But something about this new guy, his psalms, I really liked his flow. Struggling and confused, he said he would give me revelation. Had me craving and seeking for his satisfaction. Had me in his upper room seeking his heart. Got me feeling we will never be apart. Something started to change. My eyes started to open. Could this be the one that I've been waiting and hoping? Then came calls from the ex saying he'd been thinking and really want me back. Said he was okay with all the confidence I lacked. Come back to me, let's play this deadly game. Knowing he didn't think I was worth him changing my last name. Heard my new man had wrote me some love letters. The ex came through like he could make it all better. He was okay if I ate bits and pieces from my new man. But if I walked through 66 books of his letter, he would have to take a stand. He was okay if I visited him Sundays, but not rest of the week. See, the ex already knew only one day with this new man will make my flesh weak. But this new guy, he was not like the rest. He wouldn't leave me. He will help me pass all of the tests. He gave me his numbers and will be my only judge. The flesh is weak and not even consider spending time with them both. Living somewhere in the middle. But his love was so strong, I couldn't compromise. He helped me see me. He opened my eyes. But his love was so strong, I couldn't compromise. He helped me see me. He opened my eyes. The ex, he was still trying. Not realizing our bodies united is the reason I was dying. I admit, my fleshly desire maybe for the last time. But the more I spent in JC word, I couldn't help it. I had to follow his demands. See, he had some rules and they came in different forms. Being with him, I couldn't be lukewarm. He'll accept me just as I am and take me to some places he called the promised land. So I said yes, no longer my will. You and me, we can always just chill. But he wanted more. He wanted me to explore. And as our relationship grew, he opened all the doors. My heart had this burning desire, for he had come in and set my whole world on fire. No longer snacking on what I have heard, now eating full course meal straight from his word. Different from the rest, on me he's never cheated. He let me know it was for me he was created. My burning desire, I want to know him even more and find out what else JC had in store. picked me up when I was filthy and dirty, looked me in the eyes and said, "Daughter, you're so worthy." Showed me my worth from the inside out, letting me know what this relationship is really about. The late night talks, he's always there. Never far away, he promised to be near. When I was lost and felt I couldn't cope, he came right down and filled me with so much hope. Took me places I could never see. Then said, "Sharon, all you have to do is just follow me." But what sealed the deal? How I know it's love that's been sent from above. See, while I was dating the ex and my body he was using, even then it was me JC was pursuing. As I read his love letters for words, I was lost, realizing because of me he wouldn't come down from that cross. So no more delaying, no more thinking, no more following those who had me sinking. I've decided to follow the King. When I said yes, my living really began. It's been 11 years going on 12, and for him, I will always wait. No longer think about the ex and all those years, but me and JC, we cover them all in prayers. There's no love better, no one who is greater. Had some bumps on the road, he used those to help me just grow. Those love letters still pierce through my heart, and that's where my everyday starts. Yes, I found true love. He loved me first. For his presence, I will forever, ever thirst. Some may not understand what's between me and him, but I know with him, I will always win. No more secrets. It's out in the open. Now everyone knows. Being with him, I hope it really shows. He's my light, my hope. He's really the man. And I know I'm part of his master's plan. He's the truth and have written my story. So wherever I am, I give Jesus all of the glory. Bless you. Amen.